Thank you for tuning in to Words of Woods. I'm your host, T. Woods. My guest today is the face of the club and party scene in the state of Ohio, and 9 times out of 10, you know the face and you know the name. We got Ladies Love Launy in the building. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me today.
Appreciate you for coming through, man.
No
Appreciate
problem.
you for coming through. For those who don't know you, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how was your upbringing for you?
Well, I go by the name Ladies of Launy. My real name is DeLon. From Columbus, Ohio. Always been up north, city type of kid. Been throwing events since I was 17 in high school, so I pretty much know everyone from around the city just growing up, and people just been growing with me, and I just been meeting new faces and just keeping the culture going.
All right, okay. So you said a lot of people know you. That has to have something to do with, just giving off positive vibes. You're a person who brings out positivity in people, and you like to promote positivity.
Yes.
How important is just being positive for you, general as a person,
I think that's probably the biggest reason for my success, actually. Ever since a couple years ago, I just looked in the mirror and just, I seen something on TV. It was called the law of attraction. And I kind of like changed my whole mindset, because it's like whatever you put in is what you get out in the end result. So ever since I seen that, I just been on a positive wave and just happy, smiling, and life just been great for me. Like, it's just amazing how it works. So I'm just positivity.
Yeah. It's definitely important to just be positive and stuff like that.
Yes.
You talked about some years back. Can you remember the very first event that you ever thrown, or what made you want to be a host and promoter?
Yes. Actually, I'm always remember my first party I ever threw was July 28th, 2012. I was turning 17. And that party kind of changed my life, because it was so crazy that people wanted more, and they seen who I was before I knew who I was type. So it's just been going with the flow, and everybody in the city still remembers that day and that party. So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I was today.
How much has your parties grown since that very first event that you've thrown?
They've grown rapidly. I could say probably everyone in Ohio pretty much been to one of my events. From out of town, they'll drive down, and just the social media, it just picks up crazy. Like the events, everyone comes out and loves them.
And besides the events, how have you as a host grown since your very first event?
I think I've grown because at first, I feel like now I'm a real legitimate host. Like, people come to the club to hear me host now instead of just the parties. They love me getting the crowd hype. I used to be scared touching the mic. That was never me, until I had to. People in the club will only listen to me, what I say and all that, so I figure I can control my own crowd. I'm gonna have to be a host. So I enjoy hosting, and a lot of people actually come out to see me host.
And what's some difficulties that you may face, hosting and, being involved in that type of business? What comes with that?
Well, a lot of hate, of course, because everyone wants to be on the stage and everyone wants to throw the parties, and it's a lot of females and just a lot of it. But like I said, I don't let that get to my head. I'm a business person, and I just want to bring everyone together under one roof and just all have a good time and spread positivity, and everybody meet new friends. So it's just like, that's what I try to do at the end of the day. But it do get tough sometimes. It is some challenges, a lot of haters, and a lot of fights. Stuff happens in the clubs, and you got to be the host and the face and stop all that and let people know what to do.
Okay. Besides the clubs and the party scene and stuff like that, I know that you're a father. How has being a father inspired you, and just how you go about things and how you move nowadays?
Well, yes, I'm blessed. I love being a father. It kind of like opened my mind up a little more. I'm careful with my decisions, and it kind of motivated me where I go hard at everything I do, because I want to see my daughter smile at the end of the day. I want her to have everything, and it's just like, I know that someone loves me unconditionally no matter what I do out here, and I'm doing something for a purpose at the end of the day.
Yeah, having a kid definitely probably has to inspire you, man.
Yeah.
I'll wait for my time to come, though.
Yeah, coming
Most
soon,
definitely.
man.
I definitely wait for my time to come. Other than your daughter, who inspires you, who are some people that you look up to and inspire you in the type of work that you do as well?
Well, it's kind of crazy, because like, people ask me that, but I don't really have too many people that inspire me, because I never had a big bro or nobody that coached me growing up. It was always myself. But I always looked up to Diddy, of course, in high school, because I loved what he did, and I did a couple projects on him, so I know a lot about him. But as I'm getting older and into the world, I'm starting to see the Kenny Burns and the Mr. Ruggs type of guys, and I kind of like where they're going, and I follow them on Instagram and see how they getting in there, and I'm kind of just learning, just watching. So I would say Diddy, and just a couple of older guys in my city that just try to teach me a little things, but pretty much that's it. I just go with the flow myself.
Hey man, keep working hard. You definitely can be there.
Yes,
So
sir.
5, 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
5, 10 years, I definitely see myself overseas somewhere. I mean, I want to own a lot of businesses here in Ohio, and you know, of course, branch out. I'm working on my clothing line for females right now, so I want to take over that.
What's it called? What's it called?
Well, I don't have a full name, but it's going to be L3 Apparel, of course, but it's going to be for strictly females, bring a different vibe. I want to be the next Victoria's Secrets. You know, I want to take over that market.
You and me both. You and me both.
Hopefully, I can get into that next 5-10 years. I plan on opening my own club. Of course, that's what everybody wants. You know, so I feel like that's gonna happen for sure. And just just marketing myself, getting out there more, and whatever I can do to give back and just help others. You know, and give out jobs if I got to. That's pretty much what I want.
Pretty dope. Where can people follow you out on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Everything's Ladies of Launy. Always gonna be Ladies of Launy.
Hey man, definitely appreciate you for coming through and chopping it up with me on Words of Woods, man. Best of luck to you. Keep working hard, man. You got it on. You got the game on smash, man.
I appreciate it, man.